The hardware was a different story, but when it came to software, the Game Gear had one clear advantage over the Game Boy. That was sports games. Back in 1992, there wasn't a better handheld baseball game than the Majors Pro Baseball for the Game Gear, and that game led to a series. World Series, actually. It's World Series Baseball 95! You can't throw a pitch like that to Griffey. So technically, this was the second of Sega's World Series baseball games. But if you've played the Majors, you can see where this game really got started. This is basically just an improved version of the Majors. The gameplay, the setup, the style, the two games are virtually identical. It's just that this one tries to fix some of that one's problems. And in some ways it does. In other ways it creates new ones. So if you haven't played the Majors, think RBI Baseball, because that's pretty much the template at work here. This is a classically styled retro baseball game, and it plays like you'd expect, which is to say it plays awesome. I really miss these kind of sports games. Today they focus so much on realism and modes, they kind of forget to be fun. There's nothing about these kind of baseball games that isn't fun. Seriously, I could play this all freaking day.
Strike!
So you swing simply by pressing a button. It's all about timing and placement. You want to line up your bat with the pitch as best you can. Really simple, really fun. And pitching has the same kind of simplicity. You can essentially steer your pitch with the D-pad, and you're trying to miss the bat. So again, if you've played Baseball Stars or RBI Baseball, this is a lot like those games. They weren't broken. So World Series Baseball 95 doesn't try to fix them. What it does try to fix is the Majors for the Game Gear. That's where it leaves some runners stranded.
Strike! Out!
So, one of the only problems with the Majors was fielding. The physics of the ball and the general speed of the game made playing defense really hard, and next to impossible at times. In this game, you don't have to worry about that. In fact, you don't have to worry about playing defense at all, because the game does it for you. For any ball hit in the air, your fielders automatically run to the ball and make the play on their own, which in theory is fine. In practice, it's not as fine. See, this auto-fielding thing turns the game from, the fielding kind of sucks, a lot of balls are dropping into play, to, holy shit, these guys catch everything, we're never gonna score again. Seems like 90% of the balls hit into play are just caught, and sometimes in spectacular fashion. And since your runners take off automatically because they're terrible baseball players, that means you get doubled up quite a bit. Through no fault of your own. All you did was hit the ball hard with runners on base. You idiot! Now, you can turn this option off. And the drawback then is that you have to play defense, which still isn't that great in this game. It's still the weakest part of World Series Baseball 95. But to the game's credit, it does pack in a lot more content, which was another issue with the Majors. You get the entire league this time, with all the players and teams, and you also have a lot more gameplay options than the Majors, which is another improvement. It's actually kind of crazy. You can do a full season, it saves your stats, it gives out regular season awards, and again, pretty impressive stuff for a handheld baseball game from 1994. Look, I don't want to say this game's better than the Majors. In some ways it is, but there's also some flaws that hold it back a bit. But, like its predecessors, this was just another awesome baseball game for the Game Gear. Huge thanks to Doug from Lomita, California, for all the Game Gear goodness. Solid graphics, solid music and sound, solid gameplay. It's World Series Baseball 95. Solid contact all around.